What's going on YouTube? It's Tuesday and that means it's time for another What Sold video. And this week was probably the slowest week of the year for me, or at least it started off that way. I still managed to sell some pretty cool and unique items that you can be on the lookout for when you're out hitting up those garage sales and thrift stores. And then the week kind of ended with a bang. So stay tuned and I'm going to tell you all about it. So I'm at the thrift store the other day and come across this really nice Cuisinart food processor, and it's in really clean condition. Paid $5 for it. It was half price. Seemed like a no-brainer at the time. Well, I got it home, did some more research, and realized that this thing had a really bad sell-through rate. Like, it would have taken me months and months and months to sell. And then I started looking at the parts because I watched this guy on YouTube, and you may have heard of him, but he always says,
when in doubt, part it out. When in doubt, part it out. When in doubt, part it out.
So that's what I did. Looked up the parts. Parts were selling pretty quick. Paid $5 for the whole unit. So far I've sold the base and I've sold a pitcher, and then this lid just sold, and it sold for $24.50. Not a huge sale, but when you add all that up and the ease of shipping these individual parts, definitely worth the buy. So not a huge sale here, but definitely one that I thought was really cool. Picked up this Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey t-shirt for $1.50 at Goodwill. And the clown that's featured on here is David LaRible. I looked him up, and this guy's been a clown since 1968 to 2019. That's a heck of a career to be a clown. But I paid $1.50 for the t-shirt. It took a while to sell, and it sold for $29.99.
I said the clown of clowns! David LaRible.
So this next sale I'm just sharing because it's kind of proof that I should do more maintenance in my eBay store. I've had these listed for over 2 years. This is a pair of Healies, and they're like the original Healies. They're cool glitter pattern. Picked them up at a garage sale for my daughter. They didn't fit, so I listed them and I kind of forgot about them. They finally sold after over 2 years for $39.99. So I am very thankful for this sale. I picked up these boots from a garage sale, and I actually paid $20 for them, which is not like me. Also didn't look them up while I was there, which is really not like me. But I figured they were area boots and I could make some money on them. Once I did leave the garage sale, I looked up comps and they didn't look great at all. Do 20 for these two pair? Nike's in the boot.
I'll do 25.
Kids Nike Air Max for $2. Pretty good deal. I'll take that. Ariat boots, normally a good pickup, but for $23, maybe not this time. If I put the style number in eBay, I see that none are listed and one pair is sold, and it sold at auction for $16. That's not good news. But if I search by description, I do find a pair that sold for $76. So the jury's still out on these. They are a little dirty, but they should clean up fine, and they're definitely in good condition.
But it finally sold a couple months later. Got an offer for $70, and I took it quick. Thankful to have my money back and made a little extra too. So last couple of weeks I've shown you some golf head covers that I've sold, and if they haven't convinced you to start looking for them, this one might. Paid $1 for this guy at a yard sale, and it's a vintage South Carolina Gamecock head cover. I believe that's what it is. He looks more like a woodpecker to me, but it's got the double zeros, and that's their mascot. It was found in Columbia, so I'm thinking it's the USC Gamecock. But I paid $1 for it, and it sold for $42. I've been hitting the kids' shoe section pretty hard lately at our Goodwills. As a matter of fact, I'll go there first before I hit up the adult shoe section. The kids' shoes are cheaper at our Goodwill. They're $3.50. When you find ones like this, they're definitely worth picking up. Paid $3.50 for these Jordan 6s, and they sold in a couple weeks for $45 on eBay. So this club is kind of an anomaly. I'd never seen this one before. It's a Wilson Deep Red driver. Typically Wilson's not that great unless it's a Wilson staff. in which case that stuff can bring some really good money, even the older stuff. But this one had like a deep red unique finish to it I'd never seen before, so I decided to look it up. Comps look good, paid $1 for it, and it sold for $42.50 on eBay in like a month. So I know nothing about field hockey, but last week I sold some goalie pads for $105. Paid $22 for a big bag of stuff at Goodwill. This was in there as well, so this is all profit since I've got everything paid for. It's a Oboe Fat Boy F1 field hockey goalie stick. It's paid for and it sold for $52 on eBay in like a week, so apparently this stuff moves pretty quick. Sold some books. These are Tyndale New Testament commentaries. Got 20 of them. Each one apparently talks about different books of the Bible. Pretty neat set. Pretty popular set apparently. Paid 25 cents a piece for them. Got 20 of them. So what's that? $5. And they sold in like a week for $73. Not too bad. Picked this up at a thrift store. It had been sitting there so long that it had been marked down to half price, so I paid $5 for it. So here's a BOLO for you. This is a Black & Decker Space Maker toaster oven. You guys have seen the can openers, but this is actually a toaster oven. And they do pretty good. There you are there. There was, I think, 9 listed, 12 sold, so it should sell decently quick. They want $10 for it, but it's a blue tag, so I think it might be half off, but definitely a pickup. I'm going to test it out and plug it in real quick before I leave. But yeah, pretty good find. Calling that a win.
Thank you, Hal.
Inside's nice and clean. The buttons on the outside, the labels have actually worn off. It's missing the mounting bracket. I did test it. It did work. And it sold in like 2 or 3 months for $175 on eBay. So cool buy. So you guys may remember these 2 soccer jerseys or kits or shirts that I bought from Goodwill a while back. Paid $4.75 a piece, and they're Charlton Athletic. They're like a 3rd-tier soccer team in London. And once I did a little research, I kind of had some high hopes. I listed them for $249, best offer. That's for each one. And did a little more research, and come to find out they're not quite as rare as I thought they were, but they still sold for a great price. Had one buyer reach out, wanted both of them. Offered $110 for one and $150 for the other. So $950 into $260 on a slow week. Yeah, I was definitely going to take that. So definitely a cool flip.